Okay, in our second example, basically we're doing the same thing. Sometimes some weird things can happen, and if that does, you just kind of, you don't really know that going into it, and it's kind of hard to explain that, but you'll see if it happens. You'll know something's weird. Okay, what do you want to start with? Anybody have an opinion? I'm looking at it thinking, I personally would get my y's to drop out if I were starting this one. And really, honestly, it's because that top one's a negative and the other two are positive, so I can just multiply through. That's why I chose that. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you choose x or y or z, though. It's all going to come out the same. Okay? So I'm going to choose y. So if I'm going to get y's to drop out, I'll put 1 with 2. That means I'm going to have to take the top one, number 1 by 3, though. So I'm going to take 3 times equation 1 and then add it to equation 2. So the top one times 3. So I'm going to have 6x minus 3y plus 3z equals a negative 24. And check myself. 6, 3, 3, 24. Okay, I'm going to put that with the second one. Then I'm not changing at all. And where more work comes in is you got to change both of them. So I add, and I get 8x, my y's cancels just as I planned, plus 1z equals a negative 17. 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So I'm getting my y's to drop, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put 1 with 3. If I'm going to put equation 1 with equation 3, then I need to take the top one, the equation 1 by 2 this time. So I'm going to have 4x minus 2y plus 2z is a negative 16. So 4, 2, 2, 16. I'm not changing equation 3. And then I add. So 4 and 1 is 5x. My y's cancel. Plus 5z equals negative 15. These numbers are looking kind of weird. Anybody see me make a mistake at all? Okay. I'm just not liking how this looks so far. I don't know why. It's just giving me a bad feeling. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 2 equations and put these together and get something to drop out. The better variable is z, just because it's less work. So I'm going to get my z's to drop out. To do that, I have to take this one on the top box by a negative 5. So I have a negative 40x minus 5z equals negative 85, if I did that right. Positive 85, thank you. And then my other one I'm not changing. So the other boxed equation is not changing. And I have negative 35x equals 70. Oh, I'm feeling better now. Divide in x is negative 2. So I'm going to go back to one of my boxes now. I'm going to go back to the 8x plus z equals negative 17. So I'm going to have 8 times a negative 2 plus z equals negative 17. Negative 16 plus z equals negative 17. And then add 16, and z is a negative 1. Then I'll go back to the beginning to find my y. So I'm going to go to the top one. So I'm going to have 2 times x, so 2 times negative 2, minus y plus negative 1 equals, what was it, negative 8. So negative 2 minus y minus 1 equals negative 8. Put your numbers together here. Negative 3 minus y equals negative 8. Add 3, so negative y is negative 5, and divide, and y is a positive 5.
Wouldn't it be 3?
Where am I at?
2 times -2 is
Yes.
negative.
Oh my gosh. Yell louder before this. Okay. Okay, so negative 4. Why did I do that? I don't know. There we go. That's better. It wouldn't have worked, see? So I have my ordered triple answer, negative 2, 3, negative 1. Question. I'm gonna pull it together a little bit so I can actually fit it all there. But a question there. Okay, what I want to say about the third example, because this one looks a little different, is that first of all, I would want all my variables on one side of the equal sign. So that second equation there, I'm going to transform that. I'm going to move that z over, okay? And likewise on the third one, I'm going to move the 2y over. So this equation is going to become x plus y minus 2z equals negative 4. And then this one's going to become negative 2y plus 3z equals 0. When you move that 2y over, when you subtract it, there's nothing left over there, so it is a 0. Now, if you ever are given a system and one of the equations only has 2 variables in it, then box it and use it. That's that much less work for you. So this only has 2 letters, so I'm going to use that equation. So equation 3, I'm boxing it up, I'm using it. So let's see, that's equation 1, that's equation 2, that's equation 3. All right, so that means that I have to take 1 and 2 together and get x to drop out. It's my only choice because the equation that I've already have boxed is without x's. So I'm going to take 1 and 2 and get x to drop out. So something weird's going to happen here. You're going to see it. So I'm going to take let's take this one. I'll take 1 plus negative 1 times equation 2. So I'm going to take the second equation times a negative 1. So equation 1, I'm not changing. And equation 2, this one right here, that I moved over the z. So this one here, I'm just going to multiply by a negative 1, which is just going to change my signs. So it becomes negative x minus y plus 2z is a positive 4. And my x's cancel out nicely, but my y's also cancel out. And that's okay. Because what this does is it gives us a value right away, right here. Z equals 8. So we wanted the x's to cancel, the y's just also did cancel. So I'm going to go back to my box. I only have 1 now. I'm going to plug in that 8 to find my y. So negative 2y plus 3 times 8 is 0. Negative 2y plus 24 is 0. Subtract your 24 and divide by 2. And y is 12. And then go to the beginning. I'm going to go to that top equation. My x plus y plus z is 20. So x plus 12 plus 8 is 20. X plus 20 equals 20, which means my x is 0. And I get my 0, 12, 8.